Hi guys, in video 4300 we ended up saying, okay, if you want to build an ISO, this is where you go, arcolinuxiso.com, the guide, right? And it starts being very, very simple, and already you have an ISO, and then later on it really gets more and more intensive and complex and all that. But you can learn how to build an ISO based on this page. It will spread through all kinds of projects that we have. So there's not only ArcoLinux, there's Carli, there's ALCI, there's Ariser, and from it all you learn how to build your own distribution, right? There were people before you who created their own distro. So let's have a look. Next thing we need to do is archiso. I've done already a little bit of work, but let's go over the motions. Right mouse click, open folder as root, and then you say, let's have a look. This is, if you are up to date, the latest archiso. If you're not sure, you're gonna type it, say archiso is the application. Yes, this is the application that created the ArcoLinux ISO from arcolinux.org, right? So archiso 80. Do we have it? Yes, I made already copy paste. So Control C, Control V, and then change the name to next month. It will be something like 81, right? 81.1. That's next month or next month. So I've made already a copy, delete. This is the one. So this is the copy of this one. Change the folder, done. So this is the configuration that is needed to build the ArcoLinux ISO, and we use it too. We're an Arch. All these guys are an Arch. Endeavoris, Garuda, you know the drill. ATT, right? Just type it and you see the things that we support. These are all Arch. Okay. So we want to have the releng folder. You just copy paste this one maybe and work on the desktop. Say, okay, let's put it on the desktop, and here you can play around with it. Nothing will happen to it. It's just a copy paste. You can delete it afterwards. But the point is, we need to compare it with what we have. So use meld, super F5, meld. And then we say, okay, the releng folder needs to be compared with the Carli folder. And where is this coming from? This is coming from Carli. Last build of Carli GitHubs, up, and there we go. So Carli 12, git clone this thing, copy paste the code up here, click, and then git clone in front of it in a terminal, and you got it. And we get the archiso. This is the thing, right? This is archiso. That's the releng. And then we go in here and say compare. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna compare this thing. Now, I'm not gonna take a look at all these things that are different. The thing is, they're different because the left is ArcoLinux. That's a black screen. It's a black screen, right? Think about it. Carli launches something graphical. You get XFCE or Plasma, and lately we get Cinnamon. You can watch all these videos how we create different desktops, move away from, to, and then all the configurations that come with it. We decide to have SDDM. We decide to have mirror lists. We decide about make init CPIO, what the grub should look like. All these things Arch doesn't care about, right? But we want to define the future operating system. So anything you say, I'd like to do my personal touch somewhere, that's going to be different with Arch. So we decided to have Bluetooth service for our sound, Bluetooth headphones, stuff like that. So these guys are all the same. We keep track of all the things that Arch has, and we just copy paste. We make sure we get exactly the same thing. This is basically okay, right? The orange thing and the question mark and all that, it's okay. Network, again, we want to have internet. We want to have something graphical. No black screen. That's a black screen. This is no black screen. we want to have SDDM, and we have something behind it, XFCE or Plasma or Cinnamon or Mate or something. This is something from us saying, okay, we are who we are, right? ISO codename Carli, ISO build, a date comes, an hour. We need to take a look at the group numbering, the numbers that we have, because they created a new group with the new Pacman 7.0. Same thing applies for this one, I think. We'll see. But that's a separate video. We'd like to figure that out separately. And in the user local bin, we put our stuff. So user bin is too big, right? ls user bin. I mean, I can put my stuff in here as well, but it takes a while to find all my stuff in here. It's too long, right? It's too much. But if I do ls user local bin, it's just from us. This contains all kind of Arco stuff, right? ArcoLinux, 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 back to Arch, chat, WM, Conky, rotate, all kind of things from us. So that's where I put things. It's a workflow thing. You decide where you put things. If I boot, here we're gonna say, how do we boot? Arch ISO. When I want to have something in cow space, meaning when I have some hard disk, so to speak, in the live DVD, right? When you boot something up, it's not installed yet. In that particular environment, you get 60 GB to install stuff, for example. And copy to RAM N. That's an option that they, I don't know, started with 2 years ago or something like that. But it breaks our calamars. It can't do that. We can't copy to the RAM. So no. Thank God for that. Right, same thing here. And of course, we're not called ArcoLinux, and we're called Carli. Just change the distro name there. The grub is how do we want to call everything, how do we want to boot everything. You see the differences: ArcoLinux, Carli, cow space, extra, copy to RAM, extra. Don't see the sense in the shutdown being before the restart. I'd like my shutdown to be at the end. Choices. Says Linux here. Name changes. And that's probably something you'd like to focus on in the beginning. Say, I have a fantastic name, right? And then the name should be free. The website name should be free, etc., etc. The Facebook, the social media stuff, right, should be free. GitHub should be free. GitLab maybe where you want to go, all right? It's everywhere. Anything and everything should be okay. There can't be any strange connotations with it. I mean, if you type the name just like that without Linux or something behind it, is it still okay? Or will people say, why, that sounds much like this or that, and then people are laughing. You don't want to have that, right? Packages x86. So this is Cinnamon, this is GNOME, this is Mate, this is Plasma. These are packages that you need if you want to change the desktop. This one is Cinnamon, so this one and that one should be pretty much the same. But it's of course not the same from Arch. Arch does not give a desktop, right? There is no desktop. They decided to remove riser, so for formatting system. Yeah, we tend to follow in Carli 100%-ish what they say we should do, right? So let's remove it here as well. And they use the Nox version. That's not a good idea. Otherwise we can't maximize our Carli in a virtual box. It stays a very small window. So if we don't do the Nox, we do this one, we can do right control F, full screen, and again full screen, and we have a full blown XFCE or Mate or Cinnamon in our case. And then the rest, right? This is our stuff. Decisions, all kind of things. Things for Pipewire IC, things for base development or Git and YGit and NeoFetch. Things you might want to remove and change it to code or something, right? Things that we need for Calamares. We are going to use another decision you have to make. How will I install my system? With what tool will I do that? And in this case, it's Calamares, SDM, etc. Okay. And that's the packages, what goes on the ISO, but also what goes on the future system. Because in Calamares, you can still decide, remove this, remove that, remove this, remove that. So it doesn't really reflect this list does not reflect the end result. Because of course we'll remove Calamares, we will remove this one, we will keep Carli mirror list, and we keep Carli system installation. Not installation, no, this one goes as well. Because those are the files we need for installation. Afterwards, not interesting anymore, right? So stuff that the user does not need in the future system, you have to tell Calamares remove it. And clean up with scripts or something like that, or with Python in Calamares. Up to you. Okay, that's good, eh? Pacman.conf, we need to figure that out. Pacman has changed, 7.0. We need to change that as well. But yes, we have Carli repo, so we have a repository where we put our Calamares. No, it's not in the ArcoLinux one, right? Definitely not. And Nemesis repo is just for fun. This is my personal repo, so double repo, but it's not used, right? Hashtags. And then profile dev.h. Let's see if they change something there as well. So we have this. This is just a version number, a way of saying that's the version. I want to keep mine, a name, some text, some stuff, right? I want to keep mine. Everything is good as is. But this is just a way to name ArcoLinux. We do have something more, and GShadow is here, Polkit is here. We need to tell if we have more files than Arch, what permissions they have. So figure out Linux permissions, how it works, what 7 means, what 5 means, and read, write, execute, 4, 2, 1, add them up, that's 7. So this is read, write, execute, and this is read and execute 4 and 1, 5, stuff like that. So there are tutorials about that for sure on the internet. That's it for now. We went through it. I'll focus now on Pacman in the next video. That would be a good idea, I think. And shut down the video here. Okay. See you in a bit.